This is South Parade. There's the old Second World War Memorial near the Comrades Club, and then you've got the Earl of Doncaster, and then which used to be the Rockingham Arms across, but it's now been turned into flats. And we're walking up towards the old war memorial, First World War. And there you've got like, well, it's Elmfield House, and then you've got Elmfield Park. That's the old house. It used to be the garden, but they turned it into a park. So I'm going to take a walk because I've got a couple of buildings I want to take a look at on camera. A couple of buildings that are important to the history of Doncaster, for that old gateway. They don't build things like they used to do. And as you walk to the top of here, this is the old First World War memorial. It's got a weather vane on top, and it's been here since, it would have been about 1915 or something, just after the First World War, and then they ended up cutting all the railings off for the Second World War effort, as they do. Yeah, that's a memorial for the First World War, and it's so old you can hardly see any inscriptions or any writing, whatever. And these old buildings down here. I'm just going to take a walk down here. This building was derelict, but they've turned it into a YMCA building. How do I know that? Because that's YMCA next door, and I think they've got this one as well. I don't know that for sure, but it could be. I could be wrong. And let's just take another look at this other building. Couple of our guests there as they're walking past. You know who they are, the ones who weren't invited, but there's millions of them here, just changing our town, not for the better but for the worse. Anyway, and then you've got like a NHS building over here, and then there's the Burns practice and solicitors, and these old buildings here. It's a lovely slice of history, this street, this old road. You've got the salutation on the left hand side. Here, look, this is the salutation. There used to be pubs like this all over Donny, but one by one they've all closed down. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Now this is Denison House. I wanted to just film Denison House because it's in a right state. And this is a historical building of Doncaster and it's in a right mess. I'm just going to film it. This is Denison House, look. It's actually falling to pieces. All the windows are open upstairs, so you've probably got squatters in there. Or whatever reason they've got all windows open. But it's literally falling to pieces. And most of the windows are boarded up. And it looks horrible. But if you look at it, it's got a plaque on it because it's protected apparently by the Civic Trust, the hall. Edmund Denison MP, who brought the railway to the town. He lived here from 1855 to 1874. Part of Doncaster's history, and they've just let it rot. That's what they've done. But they're more prioritising millions of pounds to these fuckers. This one on bike, you know. Illegal immigrants, whatever. Sorry about that, folks. Just went into a zoom overdrive. I've got nothing against people from different cultures or backgrounds, but what we've got at the minute, it's a literal piss take. A literal piss take. So that was Denison House. I just want to show you this other house which is protected by the Civic Trust, and it's next door to the old Conservatives Club, which is falling to pieces. And they're just letting it rot. Look at the state of this one. They've had to board it up at the bottom because homeless people were sleeping in it, sleeping in the stairwell. So that's that one. I'm just going to go over this side and film the Conservatives Club. And the Conservatives Club no longer operates as a club. I don't know why, never seen lights on it. There always used to be lights on. There always used to be lights on in the club, but now it's just derelict. And next door, which was a solicitor's, it's now flats, which is falling to bits and all the plaster's falling off the wall and everything. And this building will be next to fall into a state. Well, it already is actually. Since 2014, when I last took a picture of it, it was bright, clean, in good condition, and now it's a mess, and it's going to be like that one next to it, or Denison House. And that's what's happening, folks. Now I'm going to wrap this video up now because the batteries are going. And that was a walk up South Parade past Denison House and the Conservatives Club, which are literally falling to pieces. Alright, folks, Merry Christmas.